to Wrench and Ride Customs. My name is Jamie.
I'm Kevin.
In this channel, we're going to focus on some core old school biker values. For us, the whole thing about wrenching on your bikes, riding with your brothers, it is truly one of the great joys of our life, and we want to share that with you. So Kevin, what kind of videos are we going to put on the channel?
Well, we're going to do our best to bring some informative wrenching videos to you, all the work that we have done and will do on our bikes, and show you the step-by-step process of how you too can do that on your own bike. And we encourage you to work on your own bikes so you become very familiar with them and develop a close relationship with your bike.
With your machine.
Yeah.
And then obviously what follows is the rides that we take. We want to share those with you, and we're also going to talk a lot about motorcycle culture, about brotherhood, what that means to us, and hopefully this inspires you to put a Wrench and Ride group together in your area. The word custom, well, custom to me is as soon as you do anything to your bike that changes it from stock, that makes it a custom. So
absolutely,
that's what Wrench and Ride Customs is all about. Now, to get to know us a little bit better, I thought we'd go through some rapid fire questions.
Oh man.
All right, here we go. When did you start riding? How old were you?
Well, to be honest, not until I was in my late 40s.
Really?
I know.
Okay.
I know.
So for me, I was also late to comparing myself to kids who maybe started off on dirt bikes. I didn't ride until I was 21.
Yeah. No, I was irresponsible as a teen. So, I probably would have ended my life prematurely if I had a motorcycle. So, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do a quick rundown on the bikes that I've had. My very first bike was a 1985 Yamaha Maxim Inline 4. I got my broken wings on that bike. I was T-boned by a tow truck and it totaled the bike. My next bike was a early 80s Honda kind of sport touring bike. It was a CX650 Turbo. That was a bike that already had a bad motor, but just barely ran long enough to get to my next bike, which was a mid-80s GSXR. It was a 750 chassis with 1100 motor. It was built on the Lucky Strike 91 World GP winning team. It was kind of a replica, which is pretty cool. From there, I built a 1969 Triumph Chopper, and that was my first foray both into British bikes with reverse polarity and the shifter and the brake on the opposite side to a North American bike. Followed that up with a 1980 Sportster 1000cc little iron head. Honestly, that bike looked cool, but was a piece of junk. I could never ride it more than about 50 miles and I would break down. It really sucked. And then I took an 18-year hiatus. Had a family, built a couple businesses, and motorcycles just weren't a priority. And so then I bought a 2008 Softail Deluxe, which becomes part of your story, but we'll tell that in a moment. And then I got a 2009 Road King, which is what I'm riding today. You can just see it over my shoulder. That's my daily rider. And I'm building a 1966 Triumph, so my second Triumph. Well, we're building it. So there's my bikes. What's the history of bikes for you?
Well, like I said, I didn't start riding until I was in my late 40s. My first bike that I purchased was a 1986 Virago 500. And man,
I forgot about my Virago. Sorry guys, that just reminded me. In between before the Harley and the Triumph, I had a Virago too. It was a midnight special.
Yeah.
750. Okay,
Yamaha,
so you had
Yamaha Virago. Yeah. So it was a 500. When I bought it, the front cylinder wouldn't fire. I spent many attempts and many carburetor builds and rebuilds until I was able to finally get that bike running properly, and rode it a few times, and then I sold it. Then my next bike was a Kawasaki 500, EN 500. Those were my learner bikes. And then I bought a Suzuki 650 Savage. And then I sold that. I bought a Honda V65 Magna, and I rode that for quite a while. Really enjoyed that bike. That bike held the fastest land speed record, 0 to 100. Anyways,
Early 80s.
yeah, early 80s.
Yeah.
And that's when that bike was built. Anyways, that was a great bike. It was a rocket. And then I bought a Virago 1100, and I sold that to his brother and bought the current bike that I have now, which is the Harley Davidson 2008 Softail 105 Anniversary Edition, which is neither here nor there. It's a good bike. I enjoy it.
Okay, so your background in wrenching, Kevin, you've always been kind of mechanically inclined. You've always worked on your own stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I will definitely say of the two of us, Kevin is very talented. I try my best. I had a bit of a background in automotive mechanics in high school. I've worked in heavy duty parts for almost all of my career. And, for a long time, I actually didn't really spend a lot of time working on my own stuff. But Kevin and I started riding together, we started wrenching together, and I certainly gained in confidence the more I've done it. And it's always been nice. Like back in the days when I was building my Triumph, I had a couple buddies that were helping me that really knew their stuff. It's really nice to work with Kevin. Of course, back in the day, we didn't have YouTube University. And
True.
so YouTube is just an amazing resource, although you do have to be careful because not everything that you see on YouTube is the best way to do it. That's why there's a disclaimer on our videos as well. You're going to have to do your own research, check your own specs, and have someone who is certified to check critical repairs that you do. But by and large, I think if you're careful, if you think things through, you don't rush, try to do it the right way, you can successfully wrench and ride. So that is who we are. That's kind of what we're all about. That's what this channel's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you hit that subscribe button for us, and we'll hope to build a community of people who holds to old school values and who also is willing and has the courage to wrench on their own bikes and then ride those suckers like rockets down the highway.
Yeah, and I mean that's exactly right. I think the purpose and the reason behind this channel is we really enjoy hanging out together, working on our bikes. Jamie mentioned YouTube University. It's a wonderful tool, resource, and then that is what we're all about. We really encourage people to do work on their own bike, and that you can do it. You can do it. You don't have to be afraid, and that's why we put this channel together. So we'll certainly do our best to help you to be able to wrench on your bike, no matter what you're looking to do, whether it's just an easy brake fluid change or whether you want to dive right in and take the top end apart, take the bottom end apart, do whatever. So we're definitely along for the ride.
So start wrenching and go ride. Talk to you soon.